love it? Okay. Anyway, we got there in the end. Consistency, right? Patience. Okay. We're rolling? Okay. All right. Welcome to Propel Your Profile in 2025. It is halfway through the year, and if you've been wanting to put yourself out there and you haven't yet, the question is why? What is holding you back? And why would you want to be putting yourself out there? Now, imagine that you are seen as the go-to person in your industry. What would that be like for you? What would it be like if the media were calling you, asking for you to comment on stories? Now, some of you will be petrified by that idea, right? Some of you will be absolutely petrified because you're probably introverts, and it's okay, because some of the biggest introverts out there are some of the people that have learned to overcome their introvertedness and have learned to put themselves out there. And in fact, I was an introvert many years ago, believe it or not. I actually was an introvert and did not feel at all that I wanted to get up and speak about what it was that I was passionate about or what I wanted to influence in the world. Imagine if you want to do speaking gigs, imagine event organizers contacting you and asking you to speak at their events. What would that be like for you? And imagine attracting clients easily and effortlessly by putting yourself out there. Now, the more you become seen, heard, and known out there, the more people are going to do this. The more you're going to attract people to you. You can stop wasting thousands of dollars on advertising and allow effortless flow to come into your business. This is what happens when you put yourself out there. Now, for a long time, I did feel invisible. I was brought up in the Northern Beaches area of Sydney. You're probably wondering where the name Aldwyn Altuney comes from. I have Greek, Turkish, Ukrainian background. Now, all three countries were at war with each other, as some of you may know. And so I say my parents had make-up sex and I'm the love child, right? So that's, and I do spread, I spread love out there far and wide with what I do now. However, it wasn't like that for a long time. You know, hurt people. I was bullied as a kid. I saw a lot of negative news. Growing up in the Northern Beaches area of Sydney, anyone know that area? Back in the 70s, 80s, it was a huge Anglo-Saxon kind of area. They hadn't seen anyone from other countries, and even though I was born in Sydney, because my background was different, the food I took to school was different, there was so much mockery and kids were so cruel, and you know, watching all this negative news, I thought, why would you even want to be here? You know, who would agree that the mainstream media is just ridiculously negative, like 99%? Yeah, thank you. And a lot of people now don't watch the news because of that. You know, one of my favorite sayings is, be the change you wish to see in the world. If you don't like something out there and you're not doing something to make a difference, then you're being part of the problem. I truly believe that. And there's a reason we're presented with the information and the experiences that we're presented with, because it's part of the journey and it's part of the calling, I believe, to share about it. If you're not sharing about it, you're going to be one of the people that die with regrets. 90% of people die with regrets. And a third of people die by the age of 65. I refused to conform. I fast-tracked my success. Later, I transformed my whole life around after being very self-destructive, because hurt people and hurt people hurt themselves. And I've invested over $1 million now in my business and personal development to be the person I am today, to show up as I show up in the media and online. And now I don't care what anyone thinks. I speak my truth. And this is where a lot of people are held back because they worry too much about what other people think, because we want to be liked and all that kind of stuff, right? I've got 40 years media experience now. I ended up doing a media degree. I first featured in the media at age 10, and I've gained clients $1 billion worth of publicity through different media channels. I worked as a journalist in TV, radio, print. My last job as a journalist was at the Sun newspapers. For 5 years I worked there. I did a radio show at Juice FM back in the day when it was Life FM, back in the day up in Brisbane Road. And I practice what I preach. Now, if you don't believe the table tennis story, this was me at age 10. I was a top junior table tennis player, represented Australia for 6 years. I used to get a lot of anger out playing table tennis. I was on Agro's Cartoon Connection, Channel 7 at age 11. And I froze on camera. The host turned to me and said, don't think of the 2 million people watching this right now in the Channel 7 studio, and there's a big camera in front of me. I absolutely froze. But we had a table tennis table there, and my brother and I got on. We just played forehand to forehand, kept the ball. I thought, I'm just going to focus on this ball. And they loved it. You know, the media loved to entertain as well as educate. I've worked in all sorts of media. This is some of the media that I've either appeared in or had clients in. or worked for, a whole heap of them. It doesn't matter, where you want to build your profile. Traditional media is still incredibly powerful. In fact, with the mass media world now, all traditional media outlets have their social media, they have their website. So you're getting that mass media exposure through traditional media. And while a lot of it is negative, there's also a lot of positive news out there as well. And it's a matter of focusing more on the positives, looking at how we can turn our negatives or our challenges into opportunities. I started my media business in 2002, and this is some of the clients I've worked with over time. Interviewed some amazing people in my career, Charlie Sheen and Jewel in LA, Hugh Jackman in person when he did Paperback Hero. Anyone remember that about 20 odd years ago? Cindy Lauper, some extraordinary people, love what they do. A lot of them are very humble. I'd say a lot because we do have Russell Crowe there as well, and he was a bit of a challenge. However, great guy still. Admire what he's done. When you look at what's happened with cybercrime now, why it's important to build your profile and build trust, because we have so many scammers out there. We've seen it through social media. We've seen it through the world where people don't know who to trust anymore. And so what are they going to do? They're going to Google you, as John Bond talked about last week, right? They're going to Google you. And what are they going to find? Are you Googleicious? Are you Googleicious? 23.82 trillions of US dollars of cybercrime estimated by 2027. This is how fast things are going here. Branding and marketing are two different beasts. When the branding and the marketing come together, that's when the magic happens. And what does your brand say about you? Now, this is my Media Queen brand. I've had people that hate it. I had some film director friends of mine in LA. They said, we're going to get you a proper Media Queen cartoon. And we went to Disneyland, got that one. I put it out on socials. I said, which one do you like best? I had some people like one, some people like the other. And I ended up running with what I liked, which is that one, which is about celebrating your uniqueness, crowning yourself, having fun with what you do, because my nose is definitely not that big. About getting the right message to the right person at the right time. And it really, if you look at the 4 pillars of marketing, it's about getting your message right and thinking in sound bites now. It's important to be very clear and concise with your messaging. The market you want to go to, where are your clients hanging out? What media do you want to get out? Which sort of media channels, and how are you going to monetize what you put out there? This is a great quote from Jeff Bezos, founder of and CEO of Amazon. Branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. We are at a time of influencer marketing. If you're not being the influencer in your field, someone else will be, and that means they'll be attracting the opportunities rather than you. Active social media users now, whether you like social media or not, you want to get your message to the masses. There's 5.4 billion active social media users now in the world. So, if you're not out there, you're missing out on massive opportunities. And this is just going to keep going up. This is the stats around social media users. 5.85 billion people expected by 2027 to be on social media. Who feels a bit like this Tweety bird here? It's like, it's like a whole other language on social media. This bird Tweety on the right's going, what the fudge is this all about? Whether you like it or not, it's going at a cracking pace. So what are you passionate about? What do you want to make a difference in the world? Good news for me, I'm passionate about, and also inspiring action for animals, which I've got stories around both those things. I've personally had depression, had 4 friends take their own lives by the age of 45. And so we have a Good News Day and a Global Good News Challenge, and we inspire action for animals as well. I invite you to do the Global Good News Challenge, to check out the Facebook page. It's free marketing for you. We share your videos with thousands of people sharing gratitude and good news. And it's about shifting from fear to love. Fear to love, and energetically, this is all scientifically proven. When you're in fear, you're vibrating at 100 hertz. When you're in love and above, you're 500 hertz above. When you're enjoying gratitude, you're right up here. So if you want a better experience of life, then shift your energy, shift your mood, shift your feeling, whatever it takes. Do what you love, do what lights you up, and you're going to have a great life. Media Queen TV, that's one of my shows. I've interviewed Barry Crocker, some amazing people in my time. That's an awesome interview. It's the longest interview he's ever done. He's 89 years of age. It's never too late to get yourself out there, okay? Never too late. And you can tune into that. Total Truth Show, we've just done 108 episodes with my co-host from the US. And I've won a heap of awards. This is the latest one I won, Innovation Leader with the Inspire Awards. Highly recommend you enter awards. I have a Mass Media Mastery program if you want to work more closely with me and chat about how you can get out there. I'm happy to do a free call with you. This is some of our clients in the media. This is on Channel 9, on different media here. AJ Coots, this is Olivia Ong, Women's Weekly, Win News, there's a whole heap of media. And we've got a book launch coming up. We've got beautiful Renee here is in our book coming up July 26th in Sydney. We're doing a book launch. This cover's going to change slightly. So this is our latest version and very excited by that. We will be doing a book launch also on the Gold Coast. The world is your oyster, my friends. I believe in the power of one and I believe in you. May your flame burn bright and light up all those around you. Here's to you stepping up, speaking up, and making the difference that you are here to make. Let's connect. You've got all my links there on linktree/Aldwyn, and it was a powerhouse 10 minutes or maybe 11 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you.